Module 7, Lesson 12's objective is to solve word problems involving different ways to make change from $1. The directions say, solve using the arrow way, a number bond, or a tape diagram. I'm going to underline that. Arrow way, number bond, or tape diagram. When it says or, that means I get to choose. Item 1 says, Kevin had 100 cents. He spent 3 dimes, 3 nickels, and 4 pennies on a balloon. How much money does he have left? Well, let's underline the important details of this particular problem. He had 100 cents. He spent 3 dimes, 3 nickels, 4 pennies. And the question says, how much money did he have left? I'll go ahead and try to figure out how much he spent first. I'll write the word spent here in my margin. You might want to use your scratch paper. 3 dimes is the same thing as counting by tens 3 times. 10, 20, 30. So that's 30 cents. I'll put a check mark there. 3 nickels is the same thing as counting by fives 3 times. 5, 10, 15. I'll put a check mark there. And 4 pennies is counting by ones 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I'll go ahead and add this up now. I like to pull out the tens, so I'll decompose 15 to be a 10 and a 5. 30 plus 10 is 40, and 5 plus 4 is 9. 40 plus 9 is 49. And of course, this is money that we're talking about. So I'll put some cent signs in here. Okay, he spent 49 cents. So the math problem is, if he had 100 cents and he spent 49 cents, how much does he have left? When you spend money, that means you end up with less than you started. That's why we subtract. I think I'll go ahead and use the arrow way to solve this. I'll have 49 that I start with. I'll add 1 to get to the next 10, which is 50. And I have to add something to get to 100. Well, if I have 5 tens, I know I need 5 more tens to get to 100. And that would be 5 tens is 50. Then I'll add that 50 and the 1, and that gives me 51 cents. Here you can see I chose to use the arrow way. Maybe you prefer to use a number bond. I'll draw a number bond too. I'll put the 100 cents here, and I'll put the 49 cents that he spent here, and the 51 cents that he had left here. Don't forget to answer the question in a complete sentence. How much money does he have left? Kevin has 51 cents left. All right, I showed you 2 ways out of the 3 to solve the math problem. Now let's look at item 2. Colin bought a postcard for 45 cents. He gave the cashier $1. How much change did he receive? Right. He he bought a postcard for 45 cents and he gave the cashier $1. The question is, how much change did he receive? I could go ahead and use a tape diagram to solve this. I will show you the amount that Colin had that he gave the cashier. This whole amount here, let me try that again, is $1. And he used part of that dollar for a postcard. And we know that that postcard was 45 cents. What we don't know is how much change he received. That's this amount right here. We could also write it as an equation and do it like this. $1 minus 45 cents equals blank. Or 100 cents, because a dollar is the same as 100 cents, minus 45 cents equals blank. That's the most appropriate way to write it when we're using cents. Now I'll go ahead and use the arrow way and do 45 plus 5 to get to my next 10, which is 50. And 50 plus 50 is 100. And I'll add those together. 50 plus 5 is 55. So if he had $1 and he spent 45 cents, he gets 55 cents in return. How much change did he receive? Colin received 55 cents in change.